But of course the BBC don't want to hear it, it said. The song could really apply. To anything. It's about ownership. It says give Ireland back to the Irish, but it could also be give Scotland back to the Scottish, or Africa back to the... Oh, I'm back from my mini retirement, and I have not turned into a EDL right wing man, even though I am retired with my socks on, my woolly socks on, with my headphones on. No, I'm not listening to U2 or anyone like that. It's the Beatles, and it's Paul McCartney. It's a great book. Keep returning off. The Paul McCartney Legacy, available in all retailers near you. Waterstones. It might be available on Amazon. I might have thought, what's happened to him? He's turned into something, but we can't associate with. We've got to get him cancelled. I'll be trending on Twitter like another YouTuber at the minute who could be getting cancelled. Young Filler, not Young Filer. Of course, that's it's a holiday destination in East Yorkshire. But no, I don't want to be cancelled. But I don't think I will be cancelled because I don't go around doing stuff like that. But the word it began with B, and it can be used to describe one's appearance by their skin tone, which is wrong. But I don't know the context behind it. I literally just flicked it open, and that was the first thing the first line I saw when I flicked it open, and I thought, let's say it, basically. So yeah, anything else I need to do? I don't think there is. Just get on with the video. Why did you watch this video? Why did you click on it? Because it's me? No, because it's about Bradford City, and have they had a good start to a season? Although it says bad start, it's to get your hooks in, it's to grip you, and I say we've been okay. And if I said that in the title or the thumbnail, and I go, have Bradford City had an okay start to a 24-25 season? I don't think anyone would be very interested in that. Whereas if I say Bradford City have had a bad start, it's like, we've got to hear this. But I think we have had an okay start, to be honest with you, to contradict myself. But we'll dissect it a bit further. Like I say, it might be a bit more serious than the normal one. So I thought I'll just show you with a clip up what I basically do throughout the day. Not read, although I do want to read more. I have got a few books, but I do want to take up reading. But it's a problem for me, is reading, because I've got a Simon Jordan book down there. Went to Austria. Whenever it was, summer 23, I think it will have been, and I started reading the book then, and I still haven't finished it. I think I'm 7 chapters in. Just can't get on board with it. There was for the cricket fans, a David Bumble Lloyd book as well. Again, got a couple of chapters in, just couldn't get into it. Clive Tilsley, my hat goes off to you. I don't wear hats. Again, that's for another YouTuber. So there was something I was going to say. But yeah, I don't want to get cancelled, because I'm a nice guy. Although some people come across as nice and they're not, like we've seen in Australia, of course. I'm not going to go any further. So, the first 5 games of the season, lean over because it's turning off. First 5 games of the season, we won 1-0 against MK Dons, 0-0 draw to Salford, 3-1 win against Bromley, 2-1 defeat to Grimsby, 2-1 win against Carlisle. Don't want to bore you with stuff you already know, but get down in comments down below, one word to describe them first 5 games. It does feel like it's in a lesson, doesn't it? English. One word to describe that stanza paragraph. Do it. Otherwise you get a detention and you're in isolation for a week. Boyo. Last 5 games, 2-1 defeat to Walsall, 0-0 draw to Wimbledon, 2-1 defeat to Harrogate, 1-1 draw to Morecambe last night. Well, it wasn't last night at all. It was Monday night against Newport, where we won 3-1. That ended that 4-game winless one, which is Streak Alexander. We'll get onto him later on in the video. The Streak Alexander is back. Now, obviously Harrogate and Morecambe's a shocking result, but again, one word to describe those performances in the comments down below. So, 10 games into the 23-24 season, I think all 10 games were managed by Mark Hughes. I'm going to have to speak a bit quicker because I've probably spent a lot of time waffling about nonsense. We were 14th in the league with 13 points. I'm talking like Martin Lewis now. If you don't know Martin Lewis, listen to him if you're an adult, because he'll give you great advice on money, because we need it, cost of living, whatever. Doesn't affect me at this moment in time, but it will recently. Not recently, later in life. 14th, 13 points we had. Everyone behind us finished below us last season after those 10 games, apart from Doncaster, who went on a mad run. So it's important to have a good start. Wrexham, I tell you, they were 9th with 15 from 10. We've got 13 from 10. We're also in 9th. Tougher season last season as well. So, that's a bit of optimism that, we're in and around where Wrexham were, and Stockport as well. Ain't how you start, it's how you finish. So we're going steady, and I think that's how I described it so far. But the system, the back three is huge. It's monumental to us. The 3-4-2-1, I think that's sort of how you'd call it, although it's not really, because Smallwood's a lot deeper than the two cams, so it's probably more of a 3-1-5. Well, I don't know, it ain't a 3-4-2-1, is it? It's nothing but that, because we have two strikers. Whatever it is, you know what formation we play. I don't know why I put that. It returns with a 3-1 win. Why? Well, I don't know why I put why. Oh no, because I've jumped 3 rows down. I'm all over the place, mine. It's huge for us. We had 7 wins in a row with it. This is, never read the notes. Go off the notes, because I've got notes. I don't normally use notes, but these sorts of videos I do, because you do need to know what you're saying. So 7 wins in a row from Tranmere to MK Dons, obviously last season to this season, and 10 unbeaten. Using this formation as well around that same period. We had 2 defeats, and if you're thinking, no, we didn't have wins in a row because we had Grimsby. We didn't play that same formation, whatever it is, the one we played on Monday night, because Oyugoke played in a pivot with Smallwood in a back 5, so not quite the same formation where Smallwood sits on his own. And then we also had 2 defeats in 3 using that formation, the 1 win coming against Carlisle. But in the 2 defeats, we had a centre-back coming off within 20 minutes, which obviously didn't help get on to injuries later. Then we have 4-4-2, 3 games, no wins, 2 points from a possible 9. Then this formation returns with a 3-1 win. Why did that happen? Now, defensive pressing is so important to us. We're on a press high under Alexander. It's a huge part to his play. In this formation, it is literally just reading off the notes, isn't it? In this mode, I might as well just made a full article on it. In this formation, if a man goes, the man behind can press, and basically one goes, the other one goes, and you don't really get too open by doing it, unless you obviously you can get picked apart, but you're not too open in doing it. It's a structure. We have a narrow, compact midfield. The wing backs and centre backs push high and cause the whip, so when they do play it down the line, the striker presses their centre back or their wing back. The wing back and centre back push up, so then you're not getting overloaded. In a 4-4-2, the midfield gets overrun and it's very easy to press, so you have to be low and compact, and that's not what we were, and that's why we got outplayed by teams that we shouldn't have got outplayed by in Morecambe and Harrogate particularly. Now, injuries, it's plagued us so far this season. We've had 5 of the 6 that started against MK Dons have been injured, which is horrific. At the first game of the season, that is your favourite team. That is your team that you want to pick week in, week out, because it's your best team, clearly, if it's your first game of the season. 5 of them, 5 of 6. I don't understand. It's just hit my head that I put 5 of 6 that started. How can 5 of 6 that start? 11. I don't know why I put that. I think 5 of the 11. So 6 players aren't injured from that game. I don't know why I put 5 or 6. It only just clogged in my brain. Then I even read it out loud and it didn't sound. Oh my god! I'm away with the daisies. I've been injured. The back 3, the full back 3 being included. Baldwin, Byrne and Kelly have been out injured at various points this season. Others have been months as well, and some I didn't even play that game who have been injured as well. It has an impact, obviously, when players are coming in. They're coming in from the cold, Alaska. I was going to say Antarctica, but to be fair, Antarctica is probably a bit too cold. Alaska, there's a bit of heat. They've had a bit. They're not straight in from Antarctica. So you've got to adapt when players can't. You lose an experience. When I say players can't, you look at Shepherd coming on. The centre backs who came on, Grimsby and Walsall, to shift, we haven't been able to adapt. Then you adapt the formation, and the players clearly can't adapt to different formations and systems under Alexander's tactics. And like we've already said, it can be exposed in different ways, mainly with our pressing. The bodies are slowly coming back, but it can't be an excuse. And it definitely has had an impact, certainly on the last 5 games, as opposed to the first 5 games. And I think that's the difference you can see. First 5 games, minimal injuries. Last 5 games, most of the team that played the first 5 games are out, and we've obviously failed to adapt. Now finally, streaky Alexander, we know how streaky he is. When he came in, we had a good one. I think the best winning one since the 1980s, or the 1990s. I want to say 80s, around that Christmas period. Then we had the terrible January run through to February. Then we had a decent one February to March. Then obviously the end of March, we had those shocking results against Mansfield, Forest Green, Notts County and Harrogate when he nearly got sacked, to be fair. Then we turned it around and just missed out by a point on the playoffs with a really good one to the end of the season. So far this season, like I said, the first 5 to the last 5 games, very contrasting. We won on Monday night, hopefully that can kickstart a winning run, and I have confidence that we can, and that's why I believe in Alexander and the team, because if you're having streaky ones, if you go on a bad one like we did, I think if that were Mark Hughes, like last season, how we saw it, he wasn't streaky, we were sort of just consistent, whereas when we had that sort of bad run around that time period where we found ourselves, in a similar position where we were, with that bad run of form, and we couldn't adapt, and things are like how it is now, but we never had that winning run like we've had under Alexander in different periods already. You don't have that confidence that you can turn it around because you haven't shown that you can put a winning run of results together, whereas Alexander's teams have, and they've shown that mentality to turn it around, or Alexander has at least anyway. So that's why I believe that now we can kickstart another run into the next 5 games. Whether we do or not, it'll be going to see, and that's the challenge for the team. But with players coming back from injury, with the system back in full flow, I believe that we can put back another winning run. He's only had 10 draws in his 40 games that he's managed in the league, Alexander, for Bradford City. Only had 2 draws in a row. It will get you in around there, and I think that we have shown credentials so far in certain games that we are a top 7 team. Other games where we're a mid-table mediocre team. And it's about getting that blend, and with a few players coming back, Neil Byrne, Aidan Baldwin as well in the back line to add to the depth of bringing in Huntington and Corey Evans, who will add that depth and experience to the team. I think we're going steady. A steady start, one of the best starts we've had in League 2, which is concerning, but I think we're going steady, and it'll be very interesting to see what this team looks like in the next 5 games. We've got some tricky fixtures coming up. Like the video if you did. Comment your thoughts in the comments down below on the start to the season. Anything else you want to let me in the comments down below. Previews are probably going to be gone because I don't like doing them. And the previews for the League 2 score predictions are probably gone, and the reviews as well. I want to do more videos like this and more videos that in a specific time frame. Match reactions are going to be back. The only reason I didn't do the last 2 was because it were too late to actually record them. I would have done those videos, but yeah, I don't like doing videos that are forced in, that they've got to be penciled in, but that's got to be done that day, and I don't like doing that. I'm a spontaneous. If I get an idea, I want to do that, and today I got an idea to do this video, so that's it, and they're the sorts I want to do more than the previews and the reviews, and it just seems more of a I've got to do that, Anna. Whereas this, it's like, this is a good idea to do a video. Let's see how it does. And let me know your thoughts. Like the video if you did. If you did, it massively helps, and it is massively appreciated. Subscribe if you're new as well. We're on the road to 1,000 before the end of the season. Don't forget that. So let me know your thoughts. I'm going now. Have a good one.